Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll share about my COVID-19 vaccination experience. So I got the vaccination from San Mateo County Event Center on 16 January. I got this vaccine as part of Phase 1A eligible healthcare worker. So healthcare worker is anyone who provides care and services to sick either directly or indirectly. Directly would be like a doctor or a nurse, or indirectly will be like a helper or a lab technician, or even someone who takes care of the medical waste. I did not make any payment for this. This is government supported and your insurance will cover for the payments. So I received the eligibility confirmation from my employer, and then as I didn't have a primary doctor at that time and I work in San Mateo County, I went ahead and applied through the link provided to us by my employer. For registering for the vaccine, they'll ask you very basic information such as your name, date of birth, and your eligibility as an essential or a non-essential worker. And that link will lead to another page where it'll show you the options for registration for a vaccine on particular date. In my case, the system did not let me choose a particular time and I had to choose to be on the wait list, and you will receive a call for an appointment. And because I did not knew if it will be a phone call or if I have to be in the line and then I'll get a phone call or what, so I didn't knew the procedure overall. So on the date I registered, I went to the site and I was there at 9 a.m. and what they had asked me to do is come back at 3 p.m. because at that time they will call in people who are in the wait list. And then we were there at 3 p.m. and at almost 5:30 they then separated the wait list into two groups. One group which received the phone call and the other group which did not receive the phone call, and I was in the second list. And finally around 6:10 is when I got my vaccination. So for that they had asked me to re-register again. So currently they're rolling out based on counties. So again, if you either don't live or work in a particular county, then you may not be able to apply for this. So coming to the vaccine itself is administered intramuscularly. It only takes like a minute, and after that they ask you to stay in the observation area for 15 minutes to make sure they don't have any reaction to the vaccine, and someone is monitoring you at that time, and there are also paramedics on the standby. So I personally have not experienced any side effects so far. I do have soreness and pain at the site of injection. So coming to the fact, is the vaccine effective immediately? Per website it says a few weeks after the last dose to become fully protected. So the vaccine clinic is not a walk-up clinic, it's a drive-through clinic. So vaccination will be done to you when you're sitting in your vehicle, and they will ask you to bring your photo ID so that they can capture your date of birth and other information, because the vaccine is administered intramuscularly to your upper arm. So try to wear clothes where you're able to roll up your sleeves, and you will get a second dose of vaccination in 4 weeks time, and for this you will be receiving an email within 2 weeks time, and the next time it may not be the same location. And after your vaccination they will provide a card to you, and in that card you will see the information on VSafe. So VSafe is a CDC monitored website, and you can record any side effects in there. On the vaccination record that they provide you, they'll also provide you a scan code which you can scan using your camera, and it will automatically direct you to a website. So on this site you can register giving your name, date of birth and gender, and you can also record the day you receive the vaccination, and every day you can check in and fill your side effects in this site. It'll ask you questions like how are you feeling today, what are the symptoms and the range of symptoms you're experiencing, that is if it's mild, moderate or severe. So in USA currently there are two vaccines, the Moderna vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine. I personally was slightly hesitant to get the vaccine because we still don't know the long-term effects of the vaccine. So the Moderna vaccine that I received, it's also called as mRNA-1273, and for receiving this vaccine you have to be at least 18 years or old. So the Pfizer vaccine is shown to be 95% effective, and the Moderna vaccine is shown to be 94% effective so far in the clinical trials. But again, remember that no vaccine is 100% effective, and in fact this is very good for vaccines. And also for Pfizer vaccine you need ultra cold temperature, while Moderna vaccine it only needs refrigeration. At this time they do not have any vaccines for kids, and it's in very early stages. So by fall 2021 kids may also be eligible to receive some of these vaccines, and the reason there is delay is their immune system is very different from an adult immune system, and the immune response will be different at different ages. So what does this mean for us? Does getting a vaccination mean that we don't have to wear masks or not practice social distancing, or no need to self-quarantine in cases where you're exposed to a COVID-19 positive person, or do you not have to do as frequent hand washing as before? No, all of these still apply because you're still susceptible, and it takes some time for your immune system to build up response. So while I was waiting in the parking lot, I was doing a little bit of research on the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, and here is some of the information which I have gathered and I think it's important for you to know this information before you get the vaccination. And also, if you want to research more about this vaccine, type in Moderna COVID-19 vaccine in Google and you can see a lot of information on this vaccine. And currently the first thing that you need to note is that the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine is not approved or licensed by US FDA. It's only authorized by FDA for emergency use authorization only. And at this point there is no FDA approved vaccine to prevent COVID-19, and you have to be at least 18 years or older to receive this vaccine. And also there is a lot of information on storage and handling, dosing and administration, clinical trial data. And at this time, if you see regarding the prioritization, the supply is limited, so the vaccination is only available for a very limited number of people, and it will expand as the supplies increase. And each state is making their own determination on who is receiving this vaccine at this time. So if you are in a different state than California, then yes, this may differ for you. And then again, you have to remember that the vaccine is still in an investigational phase and it is not approved by FDA. So you have to make sure that you do report in any side effects using the vSafe registration that they provide to you. There you can register and provide all your side effects. And when it comes to clinical trials, it's always important that you report in this kind of data, because this data is going to help us know any unknown or unexpected side effects that are related to the vaccine. And if you see, there is adverse reactions, and there is also a vaccine adverse event reporting system, VAERS. This is important. So if you see any adverse reactions, then you need to report them through this system, or you can use the vSafe system which is provided. Currently the adverse reactions that they know as part of the clinical trial are that there will be pain in the site of injection, there will be fatigue, headache, myalgia, arthralgia, chills, nausea, vomiting, axillary swelling, tenderness, fever, swelling at the site of injection, and erythema at the site of injection. So you can expect these adverse reactions, but if you have any other reaction that is not in the list, it's important that you do report them. Even the ones that are listed, you have to report them so that we are able to have more clinical data. And also, if you look at the clinical trial data results, it appears that they have done a phase 3 randomized placebo-controlled observer blind clinical trial to evaluate efficacy, safety and immunogenicity of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine in patients who are 18 years or older. And remember, this is still ongoing study in United States, so that's the reason it's important for you to report any adverse reactions. And also, if you see this number here, NCT 044704727, you can just type in this number in the clinicaltrials.org and you'll be able to see all the latest information on this study. For the efficacy study, they have included 28,000 people, and so far the vaccine efficacy is shown to be 94.1% for Moderna vaccine. I'm not going too deep into Pfizer vaccine because Moderna vaccine is what I received, so I want to provide more details on the vaccine that I received. And also, if you look at the clinical safety data, you can see the pain at the site of injection is seen in 92% people, and fatigue is in 70% people, headache is in 64% people, myalgia in 61% people, arthralgia in 46% people, chills in 45% people, and nausea and vomiting in 23% people, axillary swelling and tenderness in almost 20% people, fever in 15% people, and swelling and erythema at the site of injection are around 14 and 10% respectively. So do expect these side effects. And also, if you see here, there are phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3 trials which are still ongoing. And if you click the link phase 1 trial overview in the clinicaltrials.gov, you'll be able to see all the information on these trials. And also, you can see the clinical trial protocol that they've planned and how they want to implement the study. If you see, this is the phase 3 study, and here they are taking so if you see here, the phase 1 study is done in 120 participants and phase 2 is done in 600 participants, and there's a lot of information regarding the study here. And this is a phase 2A randomized. And if you see, phase 3 is a 300,000 people. So there is a lot of information on these studies which you can explore further. And also, if you go to calvax.org, you will also see a lot of information on how California is working on providing vaccines to all people. So if you click the second link for COVID-19 call center for the public, there is a vaccine all 58 website. And when you click that link, you will go to covid19ca.gov website, and there you can see that they're expecting by summer 2021 most of the Californians in all 58 counties will be able to receive vaccination. And there is a California's vaccination plan. Currently they're dividing people into phase 1A, phase 1B and phase 1C, and phase 1A is for almost 3 million people, which includes healthcare workers and long-term care residents. And then there is phase 1B, which is divided into tier 1 and tier 2, and there is the eligibility criteria over there for tier 1 and tier 2. And then there is phase 1C. All of these are government websites, so please do go ahead and read all the information for you to be comfortable receiving the vaccine or to know what side effects you should expect. So stay tuned for more updates, and I'm hoping this video is at least helpful to a few of you out there.